Before introducing a new product, organization must follow a multiple step process, starting with a lot of ideas, then of course screening those ideas, do a concept testing, then a business analysis, then do a prototype or product development, do a test marketing, and finally commercialization. So new ideas can come from marketing research, engineers, and outside sources such as advertising agencies and management consultants. Also, of course, ideas can come from customers or, for instance, brainstorming inside the company and from also joint ventures and so on. Then the company needs to do idea screening. In this phase, marketing managers usually look at organizations' resources and objectives to assess the firm's ability to produce and market the product. Then the company do concept testing. Here it's important to test whether the company and the products that are thinking are available to meet a new or solve an existing problem better than products already available. Or these products are variety to the product selection currently in the market. After this, the company needs to do a business analysis or a basic assessment of the product's compatibility in the marketplace and the potential profitability. The most important question here relates to market demand. How will the new product affect the firm's sales, costs, and profits? So here, if the product has survived these first 4 steps, it is developed into a prototype that should reveal the tangible attributes this product possesses as perceived by the consumer. Also, the company do a test marketing, which is a trial or mini launch of the product in limited areas that represent the potential market. This will give the opportunity to discover weaknesses and eliminate them, of course, before the product is fully launched. Finally, commercialization is the full introduction of the complete marketing strategy and the launch of the new product for commercial success. During this stage, the company needs to gear up for a full-scale production, distribution, and promotion. It is important to remember and to be aware that new products usually fail, that it is very difficult for companies to constantly generate new successful products. Here, look at this. For instance, the customer wanted the product in this way, but it is very likely that the different departments inside the company misinterpreted what the customer originally wanted. And the reasons are many different reasons. For example, the firm is trying to save product development costs, and it only tests a particular component of the marketing mix and not the entire marketing mix. Also, when problems show up in testing, a company can try to recover the cost by pushing ahead anyway, and the firm will try then to market a product with inadequate attributes. Remember that thousands of products are introduced each year, but very few succeed, and the firm can take considerable time to get a product ready for the market. For instance, it took more than 20 years for the first photocopier to be ready for commercialization. So let's see another question. As the product idea committee, of Foster Manufacturing Company went through its list of possible new products, it rejected various ideas for one or more reasons. Which of the following is less likely to be a reason for rejection? A. The company lacked the expertise to develop and market the product. B. The product did not match organizational resources. C. The product would allow the company to increase its annual sales by 20%. D. The product was not consistent with the company's objectives. And E. The company lacked the needed human resources. Which of the following is less likely to be a reason for rejection? Here, the right answer is C. The product would allow the company to increase its annual sales by 20%. Now let's discuss key concepts related to brands. So by branding, we mean the process of naming and identifying products. So the brand name is the part of the brand that can be spoken and consists of letters, words, and numbers, such as in this case the word Nike. A brand mark, on the other hand, is the part of the brand that is a distinctive design, such as the silver star on the hood of a Mercedes, or a McDonald's Golden Arches logo, or the swoosh in the Nike logo. A trademark is a brand that is registered with the U.S. Patent or the respective country and trademark office and is thus legally protected from use by any other firm in that country. Trade name is the complete and legal name of the organization. In this case, Nike Inc. Two major categories of brands are manufacturer brands and private distributor brands. Manufacturer brands, as the name suggests, are brands initiated and owned by the manufacturer to identify products from the point of production to the point of purchase, in this case Coca-Cola or Pepsi, for instance. Private distributor brands, on the other hand, are usually less expensive than manufacturer brands and are owned and controlled by the wholesaler or retailer. In this case, for instance, Great Value is the brand owned by Walmart. Another type of brand that has developed is generic products, products with no brand name at all. They often come in plain, simple packages that carry only the generic name of the product, in this case, baby diapers. So why to have a brand? Well, marketing people recognized long ago that having a brand has a lot of benefits. For instance, brands are easily recognizable. They reduce the amount of time buyers must spend shopping. Also, brands help the customer and consumers judge quality. Brands also can help a firm introduce a new product with the same brand name, and therefore the company can grow easier. The brand also aids in promotional efforts because promotion of each branded product indirectly promotes others with the same brand. So therefore, there are a lot of success and benefits. A final consideration when thinking about product strategy is the packaging and labeling of the product. The packaging, or the external container that holds and describes the product, can influence consumers' attitudes and their buying decisions. Surveys, for instance, have shown that consumers are willing to pay more for certain packaging attributes. Labeling is the presentation of important information on the package and is also closely associated with packaging. The content of labeling, often required by law, may include ingredients or content, nutrition facts, calories, fat, etc. care instructions, suggestions for use, and the manufacturer's address and toll-free number, and any other useful information. So let's talk about price. Price is a key element in the marketing mix because it relates directly to the generation of revenue and, of course, to profits. Price is probably the most flexible variable in the marketing mix. Although it might take years to develop a product, also establish channels of distribution, and design and implement promotional strategies, a product's price might be set and changed in a few minutes. For instance, in this picture, what do you think the price of a Rolex communicates to the customers? When we think about pricing as a component of the marketing mix, we need to think about pricing objectives. Setting the price for a new product is critical. The right price leads to profitability, but the wrong price might kill the product. So in general, there are three basic objectives to setting the base price of a new product: profit, sales, and status quo oriented. In the profit-oriented objective, the idea is to charge the highest possible price that buyers who want to buy the product will pay. In the sales-oriented objective, the idea is to establish a low price designed to help a product enter the market and gain market share rapidly. And finally, the status quo-oriented pricing is done to meet competition and sometimes even to have non-price competition. Pricing strategies are courses of action designed to achieve pricing objectives. Some of these strategies are, for instance, new product pricing. We talk about here price skimming, or charging the highest possible price for a product during the introduction stage of the life cycle of the product. The other one is penetration pricing, or setting a low price for a new product to quickly build market share and discourage competition. The other set of strategies are called differential pricing. In these strategies, the idea is to charge different prices to different buyers for the same product. Here we talk about negotiated pricing, secondary market pricing, periodic discounting, and random discounting. The third set of strategies are psychological pricing, which encourage purchases based on emotional responses. Here we talk about odd number pricing, multiple unit pricing, reference pricing, bundle pricing, everyday low prices, and customary pricing. The fourth one are the product line pricing, establishing and adjusting the prices of multiple products within a product line, captive pricing, premium pricing, and price lining. And finally, promotional pricing. The idea here, as the name suggests, is to coordinate price with promotion, price leaders, special event pricing, and comparison discounting. As you can imagine, these strategies will vary and will depend on pricing and marketing objectives. Also, it depends on the degree of product differentiation and the product's life cycle and other factors. Another interesting pricing strategy to analyze is called the blade and razor model. In this model, the organization has a sale of dependent goods for different prices. One good is sold at a discount, while the second dependent good is sold at a considerably higher price. Here, examples are blade and razor, and coffee makers and coffee pots. Finally, break-even analysis is a method to establish the price that will sell the lowest level of production and sales at which a company can break even on a particular product. The individual components are break-even quantity, which is the numbers of units that must be sold for total revenue from all units sold to equal the total cost of all units sold. Total revenue, or the amount of total annual sales of the product. Fixed costs, or the costs incurred no matter how many units are produced or sold. Variable cost, which is the cost that depends on the number of units produced, and total cost, which is the sum of fixed costs and variable costs attributed to the product. These components are expressed in the following formula. So total revenue equals total cost. Total revenue is quantity times price. Total cost is variable cost plus fixed cost. And then you want to solve for quantity, which then is equal to fixed cost divided by price minus variable costs. Well, this is it for chapter 13. Thank you for watching and for sharing your comments. See you in the classroom, everybody.